Hey everyone, Coops here from the whole Box and Dice Dragon Ball Super Set 3 Crossworlds coming at you from the day of release. Very excited to be able to just get my hands on a box of Crossworlds. I think there is some awesome design, awesome card design in here. I think there's some very funky stuff. I love what they've done just in terms of like putting some depth to the game, adding some meat to it. I really feel like kind of sets 1 and 2 was the tutorial, as we probably shouldn't use this hobby knife, but we're gonna give it a, it's almost like too sharp for this, like trying not to cut the cards. I feel like they've really kind of fleshed out the game. I do feel like it is a tutorial, like it was a tutorial set 1 and 2. I feel like I definitely should be using the knife like that. That was, set 1 and set 2 gave you a really good grounding, and now the designers of the game have a really solid platform, I think, to show us, some more, just in terms of where they want to take the game. And I think I'll be pretty pumped to brew some decks up, and we're already having a lot of fun, a lot of success on Untap. And I'm really liking that the community as a whole, this doesn't seem to want to come out, are getting a lot more confident in terms of building. I see all like the BS, like net deck, stop net decking posts, but I'm also seeing like lots of members of the community being a lot more comfortable with building their own decks and trying things out and defending their choices and arguing or giving constructive criticism against other people. So I think as a community as a whole, we're definitely getting a lot better at TCGs, which is pretty cool. So nice to be a part of that journey. But also had some issues with the camera focus on this, so I do have some cutaway effects on some of these boosters. So do apologize for that as we get into our first pack here, and we've got Android 17, Rebirth of Justice, but it's going to be a Toa as our first rare. Nice foiling on that Toa, quite like that one. Not a bad, I guess not a horrible first pack. Obviously, nice to hit like an SCR or an SPR on the first one, but that's okay. Big fan of the no opening Son Goku. I do like that they're trying to add some extra value to the combo play cards. I think that's very cool. Another Toa there that we just saw. And we've got Majin Buu, okay, 5-drop. Buu is definitely a deck I'm seeing a lot of on Untap. I think it's a set of cards that it has a lot of different avenues you can take it. I've seen the Buuhan stuff. I don't know if that's the best way to build the deck, but I think parts of the Blue Buu chain can be quite powerful, in the right shell. Oh, that's very, very nice. Big fan of foiling on that, and that's like 2 Toas and 3 packs. Come on, at least like put it at the back of the booster. But I also don't understand on these like uncommon leaders that you can pull in foil. And I know it's like consistent with the other leaders, but why not just do them all foil? Like, if you get a foil uncommon, why just make it like a rare? Why not make like the whole thing foil? Just my 2 cents. Flying Nimbus, that's definitely an awesome card, as well as the ramp barrier piece, and that's one of the apes that people kind of lost their minds about for a while. Kind of Freezer is the new, I guess, hype train. But like I've seen some crazy decks on Untap. Like I've seen people having great success with things like Machine Mutant. That's really cool. Definitely plenty of yellow decks. The aggro pan lists. I've been playing a lot of red, yellow Saiyan personally. I think that's been a very solid list. And Speak of the Devil, this is a huge card. Part of that, obviously this with the Sugar Shug, Shigesh combo is just absolutely nuts. Really, really just think that Red Yellow Saiyans with Bardock leader has a lot to offer, because there are a lot of really good Saiyans that you just, you kind of have to take off the board, but if you don't take them off the board, then they're there for next turn. Nice, whoop, and there's a mirror as well. Plus your Bardock gets a buff as well. So, cards like MC Gohan, which I'm not seeing like get any attention, that is a huge card, right? That is a very annoying card to deal with, and you do need to commit some resources behind it. And if you don't, then you're leaving up a 25k beta that deals damage when it pops a card. But also, if you do take it out, you're then buffing Bardock, which then makes it more difficult to get in for damage. And if you order that incorrectly and you don't have the resources to take out the Gohan, then you're at a real neg for the turn. So I think there's a lot of tech that people will slowly come around to, and I'm obviously pretty pumped to be able to showcase a lot of it on the channel as well. So we'll definitely be pumping out plenty of deck techs, as there's a 4-cost triple green Vegeta there. I know there's one of the cards that It's something about a Vegeta green 4-drop or greater, something to that effect. It's eluding me off the top of my head at the moment. Planet Vegeta in this pack was an Android 15 as well. Time's Judgment is an interesting card, another spaceship, and there is the Son Goku. It's the GT. Just that's like that gold. The gold foiling, or the gold, I guess, plating or whatever you want to call it. The gold embossing. Not a huge fan of that, especially not on like the coolers and stuff from set 2. I think it looks really chunky sometimes, and I think it's sometimes less is more on the SRs. But I get there's a lot of cards. I'm going to make them look very different. Barbity, nice. See that? I love the simpleness of that foil. Even Reliable Trunks, that could easily have the gold around it, but they've gone for a simpler foiling pattern, I guess. I'll just fix some of this up, try and keep them a little bit in order. That's a couple of liters. There we go. Yeah, so not too bad. A couple of liters so far, but also a couple of SRs. Hopefully there is an SPR in here. I think the SPRs look pretty awesome. Not that most of them haven't looked very good so far, but I think the set 3 ones are some of the best looking ones as we flick through a Zamasu, another foil uncommon as well, which is pretty cool. And there we go, the first rare extra card, which is pretty nice. I think it's a slow build up to more of these cards. When you look at cards like, I guess, Objection and Results of Training and probably even Sensobean, they're almost like arguments that they could be rare. But obviously set 1, set 2, that's not where the game, I guess, wanted to be. I saw this card as well the other day. Ultra Instinct Sign Son Goku. Like, have I missed something? Like, why is it sign? Is this like the sign that he's about to go into Ultra Instinct? Is that what they're trying to intimate here with the card name? That one I feel like I missed that. So like, if you know what that is, hit me up in the comments. Please let me know. Dark Plot, that was an interesting card when it was spoiled. We've got some Bardock's here. Lude in foil, 3 in double red, and that is a Vegeta. Oops, sorry about the glare on that one. That's pretty intense. Apologies. But so we've got like 4 or 5 now. Foil commons and uncommons. So I think you'll end up with 8 in a box by the look of things. Just kind of what from pull rates that I've seen. So market-wise, that's going to be very interesting. Did a podcast the other day. Done a couple of episodes with my good mate Philpsy. And, very nice, the cauliflower herself. This will be a interesting card. Very hotly contested on the interwebs how good she actually is. But we spoke a lot about Market Watch and, cards like the 10k pumps and stuff and, Nimbus, like they're definitely relevant foils. But how much is like, the Slasher Trunks equivalent of set 3? Is it a $2 card? Is it a $5 card? Like, I feel like common sense has to prevail a little with these, and even though that you might only get 8 in a box, that they're just not worth like exorbitant amounts of money. Like, they're literally just for collectors. So I am very excited, or very interested, probably maybe a little fearful even, to see where the foil market for commons and uncommons actually settle. And there's speak of the devil, that is a flying Nimbus with a pan leader behind it. Let's say Nimbus, right? Like, maybe that's a $10 card here over in Australia, so probably like a $5 card stateside. But I just, especially because the whole deck can't be foil as well, right? And you do actually run into like issues with parts of the deck being foil and parts of the deck not being foil in competition, depending on card stock and stuff. So there is a couple of things to consider. Hyper Rush, Vegito, another SR. I do like that they've continued some of the characters that they introduced in set 2. Still surprised we haven't seen like more Piccolo cards in like Rare or SR. I know we've got the Dash Pack coming up, which I think is a very interesting card as well. Another Nimbus, a Kai, a 17, Pan Vanilla, and a Trunks SR. This is definitely, I think, going to be one of the sought after cards of the set. I think Trunks. I do like that they've given some SR support, I guess, or rare or better support to Overwhelm cards as well. I think if you're going to feature it as like the mechanic of the set and that whole kind of cross worlds, that Overwhelm kind of ties into that as well. So it makes sense to show them some love. That's the Raging Fist. It's one of the Gokus. It's another one of the many different ways you can build the Pan deck, I guess. Pan deck is very interesting, the mono red one, because it's obviously a very hard hitting deck. Everyone knows that. But there are definitely a couple of different chains. I've seen some success with the SCR. Tora, nice, interesting card. There's another Vegeta behind it. But I think the SCR in this set is still actually a bit of a win more card. I think it's a better card than Vegito from set 2, but I still think it's just a win more card, you know, and I kind of prefer the card that I can only have one copy of on the deck, almost to guarantee me the win when it comes down. Like, oh nice, Unrelenting Assault Trunks. This I think will be a chase foil, and the Bardock, that'll be a pretty powerful leader. Like I said, it has some very interesting interaction with the whole pop a Saiyan and buff your leader. You don't want to be giving your leader too many sensor beans, or your opponent's leader too many sensor beans. That's for damn sure. Otherwise, just ain't getting through for damage. That's pretty gonna stop you in your tracks. Boom, make your cookie. I think that's a very interesting one. Oh nice, Fu. I do like the art on this. I think it's like very like character appropriate. So another SR there. So only a couple of packs to go. Sadly, nothing amazing. This could be a God Pack as I turn this over. Hopefully this is not the foil put in the wrong part of the pack. I like the foiling on cards like this. I think that's a very clean foiling. And yes, that is a God Pack. So that is a Spirit Bomb Son Goku. That is very cool. Don't think we've pulled one of them. We have pulled... Oh, okay, so kind of sucks. Oh, that's very annoying. Another Rising Fist. Okay, so a couple of these. Ah, come on. Don't give us the... Don't just give us all the rares that we've already opened in this. Oh, okay. I realise by saying this I have jinxed myself, but it would be nice. Okay, I'm sure with the exception of maybe the first two cards, we've opened every single one of these. Bardock Leader, we definitely opened that. But hopefully we get a... okay, we haven't opened the Fuse the Masu, I don't think. Maybe? I can't remember. Too many cards to worry about. Definitely opened the Boo, that's super annoying. So, looks like maybe it's a mirror behind it, just with that pink up top. Yes. Dimension Breaker Mirror. This is a very interesting card. I think this will cause plenty of problems out there. And, awesome. Fearless Pan. Even though we hate the gold embossing, this very, very nice looking card. Sorry, not a very nice looking card. Very nice card. Just period. Just very strong card. And fingers crossed, maybe something dope in the last pack. Start off with the Bodyguard, Oob, Vegeta, Planet M2, Nezzy, Fascia, and that's just going to be a Spirit Bomb Son Goku to round us out. But look, I think we did pretty well. We got the God Pack, so that was pretty awesome. Pretty stoked about that. Got some chase commons and uncommon foils. I think Trunks is relevant. Probably not so much cards like Tora, but definitely Nimbus. I think that is. The rest of them, maybe not so much. But you only get like 8 in a box anyway, so I feel like we did pretty well to get 2 pretty solid ones. I'm very excited to keep opening set 3. I'll probably have at least 2 or 3 boxes that I'll try and get up pretty quickly over the next couple of days as I kind of sort through them all and start building some decks, and we'll start doing some techs from next week because I've got plenty of decks I want to update, as well as plenty of new leaders I'd like to showcase as well. So hit me up in the comments. What are you excited for set 3? Just, have you already cracked open packs? Have you got anything good? Is there a card you're looking for? Fingers crossed it's coming your way in a booster pack. But huge thanks to everyone who's been supporting the channel recently. Hit the thumbs up button if you like this one. Subscribe if you are new. Kick us a buck on Patreon if you like the work that we're doing. And I look forward to bringing you some more DBS. My name is Coops. This is the whole box and dice. Peace, everyone.